Oh wait, can you all hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. I was just joking, Sacred Stars, saying I miss Wendy Williams and her grab a snack and come on back. I miss that lady. She was very entertaining. I don't know why I feel like I'm frozen on YouTube. Let me see if my just 1 second, y'all. I don't know why. Hmm. Okay, I think it's okay now. There was some sort of glitch, but I feel like I'm freezing. I don't know what is happening here. um, you know what? It might be these AirPods. Let me take them out. I think they're causing more harm than good. All right, so I think we can get started. Just drop your questions. Yeah, I think it's like freezing and then not freezing, freezing and then not freezing. Maybe I can get off of my Wi-Fi and use my cell phone data. Let's see if that makes a difference. Because it is snowing out here in New York City. We probably have like 2 feet, and it's still snowing. It's not letting up. Okay. I hope I'm not frozen anymore. Even though I still look frozen on my end, I'm just gonna start with the cards. So first question is from my God. First question is from Sacred Stars channel. And wait, what is your question, Sacred Stars? How to get divine money? I don't even think I know what divine money is. Do you want to clarify your question? In the meanwhile, I'll go to Lovely, whose question is will Lovely get the job? So for your question, Lovely, I am going to use the Angel Answers deck. It's pretty much great for yes or no questions. If you can see it. So I'll use this, and let's see where that brings us. Oh, okay. Got you, Sacred. All right, you're next because I skipped you, but we'll get right back to you. So, Lovely, your question is, will you get the job? Will Lovely get the job? Will Lovely get the job? Will Lovely get the job? Let's see Angel answers. Do you have an answer for Lovely? Will Lovely get the job? Okay. The bottom of the deck says no, but let's look a little bit further. The top of the deck says to remain positive. Maybe it's gonna be one of those things that you interview for, and then sometimes you don't hear back for a while, or you don't hear back at all. It might be a situation like that. But let's see what's in the middle of the deck, and then I'll pull the tarot also. It says helpful people. Helpful people. Look for a sign and a peaceful resolution. So I think you're probably going to end up finding something else. If not this opportunity, it'll be another opportunity. And it says like whatever you're looking for, have the people that you probably already know help you. Especially if you know people in the industry, people that you can network with, friends. You'll have a peaceful resolution. So it's not a no forever. It just seems like a no for right now, but we can so. Yeah, the next three cards, it says yeah, so there might be something compromise where you may not be happy with whatever it is that you get, but it might be either a once in a lifetime opportunity, so you might want to take it anyway, or it might be like a situation where you might have to travel further than you wanted to. You might not get all of the money. You might not get every single thing you want, but if it's the opportunity that you want, take it. You're gonna have to compromise. And compromise means you don't get everything you want. You meet somewhere in the middle. So that showed up. It says don't stop. Whatever you're going towards or whatever it is you're seeking, keep working towards it because you are attracting it. It's just more information. Kind of like the helpful people. See how you can get into the industry or into that lane you're trying to get into. Who can help with that? This background's messing me up here. But yeah. And ultimately it says you don't need to worry. There's no need to worry. There's absolutely positively no need to worry. So I would just pay attention to that. But it did come out. We'll hear back, but not right now. Or you might not hear back at all. But you do have to for help. And even with helpful people, it could even be like, I don't know what you believe in, but it might be like angels or whatever you believe in, help like a spiritual source. You may have to meditate and ask your guides for assistance. And so I hope you heard that. Oh, I did say I'll pull tarot for you. Let me do that now. Okay. Is the Lovely going to get the job? Is Lovely going to get the job? Please, dear God in heaven, the universe, and all the angelic beings, please show me if Lovely is going to get the job. Ooh, something flew out here, Lovely. The Queen of Wands in reverse. Which, the Queen of Wands, she's very confident. She's very bold, almost like the hot girl, sexy woman. Or maybe your confidence is being a little bit affected in this process. Just know that you are the right person for the job. Don't let like the process mess with your self-esteem or the way you see yourself in terms of worthiness and value. You are the right person for the job. Again, remain positive. The start, it came out twice. Remain positive because something is going to unfold for you. I do see that. It looks like the experience has been a little chaotic, with the two of pentacles here. Either the process has been a little chaotic, or maybe the what do you call it here? Maybe financially things are a little bit unstable, but they will settle. And it says to think clearly about what you want because you're attracting a lot of things, but maybe you're not really being clear on what it is that you want exactly. So the universe doesn't really know how to bless you with what you're looking for. So you have to kind of get more clear about what you want. But in the end, I do see that you will have what you want, in terms of public recognition, getting the job. Maybe it has to do with something public facing, and in an institution that's kind of like traditional. So I do see that here. So don't feel defeated. Please don't feel this way. I can understand maybe after several attempts and things not working out, you might feel this way, but don't, because something is going to break through for you. It's just very competitive. It looks like what you're trying to do is very competitive, but you're going to find the edge. You're going to find like an edge way in. And I do think it might be some sort of divine justice or like angelic help, like something from beyond this realm that's going to help you push through. Because the chariot could be like a forceful, like, nope, you're gonna hire this person. Nope, the door's gonna open for this person. So do that. I actually was listening to Instagram, and there was a Tibetan monk, and he said sometimes when we feel like the doors are closed for us, the best thing to do is get like a bowl of water. He said to add vinegar and salt, and you're gonna soak your feet in it for 10 minutes. He said while your feet is in the water for 10 minutes, visualize like every block in your way. Um, Make it like, I don't know, like anything you can visualize where the road opens up or the road clears. He said take your feet out of the water after 10 minutes, dry your feet with a white towel, and then rinse your foot with plain water, and then dry your foot again. He said that when people do that, they sleep a lot deeper, and whenever like some barrier exists or some road is closed, it just opens up. So something to try. I think I might try it myself too. I just thought it was so interesting. But if you can look up some of the monks on Instagram, they have this like the greatest advice. Anytime, lovely. All right, I'm gonna move on to Sacred's question. All right, is there a divine way for Sacred to receive money? Now, I don't really know what you mean by divine way. I don't know if that's spiritual work, but in this like earthly existence, this 3D world we live in, we always have to do something for money. Like even if you won the lotto, you got to play a game and pay for it, right? Right. So there's always something that we have to do in order to earn our money. Um, but I'm gonna see what the cards say. Is there a divine way for sacred stars to receive money? Is there a divine way for sacred stars to receive money? Is there a divine way for sacred stars to receive money? All right, let's see what the angel's answer says. I had a feeling this would come out. It says meditation brings answers. So you really have to. Wow, it looks like you have some sort of guardian angel. I don't know if you believe in that, but whether you believe in it or not, it's there. So maybe you can call your guardian angel and start to, don't just ask for like money. Just like any relationship, you're not going to meet someone the first time and go, or reconnect with someone after a long time and go, oh, can you give me some, can you give me some money? Like you want to reestablish a relationship and talk about your life and your journey and what you need the money for. Is it for your stability? Is it so you can help other people? Is it so you can be stable and help others when the time arises? But I do see the money. I do see the money coming. And I do see that you do have to meditate and connect with your divine being, whatever that is for you. And yeah, I do see that you will find the answer, and it's not going to be it's not going to be like something that falls out the sky. You're going to get some idea or some motivation or like a spark of inspiration, and that'll be the thing that leads you to the money. I don't know if that makes sense, Sacred Stars. But yeah, it came again. Ask your angels. Ask your angels. So yeah, it's like you have to. Maybe you know this guardian angel, but if you don't, get to know that angel, a very celestial being that you have, that you've always had, and they will help you. Ask your angels; they will definitely help you. They're waiting. They're happy to help you. It says perfect timing. It's like now is the time. Now is the time because the time is moving, but the time hasn't ran out for whatever it is. So now will be the perfect time to start making those moves. And in terms of your meditation and asking your divine source, and then also when you get the answer back on how to get this thing that you're get the money you're trying to make or receive, you have to take action. This is the time. Like you don't have time to waste. You're not running out of time, but you also don't have time to waste because I don't know if you can see the sand timer. Like the sand already started moving down to the other half of the sand timer. So the time is in motion. So you got to be in motion with time. But yeah, I do see that. That is definitely on its way. It does say maybe there's something you're doing now that's not really in your best interest, Sacred Stars. So the answer came out no, but it's not about what you're trying to manifest. It's not what you're trying to manifest. It's something that's happening now that's not really working for you. They're advising you to let go, choose a new direction, because there is something better. There is something better. So I don't know what it is in your here and now that's not working for you, but if it's not working for you, let it go. It's only something better ahead for you. I can also check your answer out in the tarot as well. Okay. Is there a divine way for Sacred Stars to receive money? Is there a divine way for Sacred Stars to receive money? Ooh, what is this? I don't know, Sacred Star. Have you ever thought about doing something online? Like having some sort of online presence? Because this card could be the card of like social media, the Page of Swords. So I don't know if there's anything you're thinking about bringing into a media space or a social media space, but definitely look into that as a way of making money. Let's see what else. Will Stars Channel is there a divine way for Stars Channel to receive money? And if you're new here, thank you all for liking the channel. And if you want to subscribe, please do. I do live readings. I try to do them weekly, even though I took some time off during the Christmas holiday. So feel free to subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you know when I'm going live again. But let's see. Will Stars Channel receive or have a way to divinely receive money? Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. I do see that once you have that idea of what you're going to do, not only are you going to work on it, you're going to find ways to expand it. So let's say you do start off on social media and your social media grows. This is just an example. You might have like a merch store. You might have other products. Like you'll find ways to expand what you're doing. It does say you're gonna happen. It's all gonna happen relatively soon. But with the Knight of Wands, you also want to be mindful that you're thinking out the steps, like you're not acting too impulsively. But either way, it's good. I see a lot of action on your end. I do see you walking away from what wasn't working with the Eight of Cups. And it was probably emotionally draining, but you're going to let that go because you have a brighter future ahead of you. Let's see what else the tarot says about you being able to receive this money divinely. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. It's like after a period of stagnation or feeling like nothing's really moving, like there's no motion, in what you're trying to do, the destiny is changing, especially once you have that conversation with your divine beings. They're going to start actively working behind the scenes. So these are things you might not really see and know about yet, unless you really are like super in tune. You might feel some subtleties, and even then, you probably still won't feel much. But yeah, things are going to start shifting behind the scenes before you see them manifest in the here and now. And then in the end, I do see a lot of stability. I see this is the card that could also represent, in addition to the Three of Cups, community. I don't know if you are in a long term relationship, like a marriage, but either that's going to happen or you all are just going to like work together to create something of longevity. But this is a card of stability. So count your days. Like this is happening. It's happening. Let me see if there's any other questions here. I think that's it. But I'll hang out for a bit. Maybe people might have other questions, or maybe other people will come in and join. Aw, thank you, Sacred Stars. You're really great, and I appreciate you for being here. I also understand that people might be stormed in everywhere, so if people don't join, it's fine. But I'll hang out another 10 minutes, or maybe five, because I do want to eat my soup. And I'll see if anyone has anything else to say. If not, I think I can go live again tomorrow. But I do have to work from home, so maybe like around this time, like late. How you doing, Crown Nest? Yeah, please drop your question. Well, I don't like this. I don't like that at all. The snow is terrible. Oh my god. How are you? I feel like our usual stream of people are not here because of this weather. Like everyone's like it was so hard for me to get out of bed to do this, I'm not gonna lie. But I wanted to be a woman of my word. So here I am. Um what Tom's next actions will be towards you. Okay, let's see. Well, these cards dropped out. I didn't like them. And I was just actually shuffling and thinking, help me prepare for Crown Set's question, Crow's Nest question, and it came out the Devil, and the Family card came up upside down, which is not good. Then the Moon, which is a card of like deception, secrecy, betrayal, and then the Four of I don't like this. But look like this guy. I don't know who it is, but the King of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles, like someone who's very selfish. And then it might not always be financially selfish, maybe that too, but like a cheapskate, someone who's very tight when it comes to spending. But it could also be someone who doesn't exchange emotionally or energetically. But that just like dropped out when I was thinking about you and shuffling. But let me shuffle a little deeper to get the answers. What is Tom's next actions? What Tom's next actions will be towards Crow's Nest? Okay. It does look, yeah, I do see that you're like a part of some online community. Looks like something that's actually very like fun because some online communities can be rather toxic. But the online community that you engage in with the Three of Cups is something that's like fun, um, uplifting, so to speak. So I don't know if it's like gaming or something that just brings people joy, but I do see like a joyous connection. Um, at the top of the deck, I do see like the Ten of Wands, and this is like barriers and burdens. And I think sometimes some people are so stressed and overloaded and carrying so much that they don't see what's in front of them. So it could be that Tom is not able to see what's in front of him because of all the burdens that he's carrying. Let's put it that way. But let's see what else the tarot says from the middle of the deck. Oh wow. Okay. So right now his next actions, he has his head down, he's working, or maybe he's in school, but whatever it is, like he's like micro focused on whatever it is that he's working on. So like I said, this is someone who like is not seeing what's in front of them because they just have a lot already like taking their attention. And I don't think it's like someone else. I'm not seeing that in the cards, but I am seeing that he's preoccupied, like heavily preoccupied, that he's not seeing what's next. So if you've probably been dropping hints that you're interested or like flirting or whatever, he's probably not even picking up on that. Like he's probably, and not because he doesn't care or doesn't feel the same way, but I think he's just so preoccupied with life that he's not noticing. Um, I don't know if this is something where like your online community where I don't know if you're able to like call the person. I know it's online, but I don't know if you're able to call or text or email, but he's gonna reach out and his motives are not bad. But it's gonna be related to whatever the community is doing. So you are gonna hear from him. It's gonna be a very clear message, but it's gonna be related to the community at large. And maybe a concern he has about some possible deceptive people that might be in the group. Maybe he wants to like get clarity about that. But cause I think the goal is to keep the group positive. So I do think that there are some like really like sneaky people that might be hanging around or wanting access. So I know there's going to be a conversation about that. Um, yeah, but I see like good things. I see like good things between you all, like clean, pure, clean energy. But I just think that he's not catching the hints. You know, he's just not focused. He's not catching the hints. So you might have to shoot your shot like directly because he's not getting it. And I do think that with the death and the world card, I do think that it might be a little scary to shoot your shot, but then you might feel on top of the world and like you may be surprised that he might be open to it. And I do think that because this is a person that's preoccupied already and has a lot like of burden, so to speak, um, you don't want to overload them. You know, you can kind of be like, I'm feeling you and I want to get to know you. I just really want to get to know you deeper. And like just leave it at that, you know, and get to know each other deeper. And I think he would very much welcome that. But I don't think he wants the pressure of like he's already under so much pressure. I think any additional pressure would not be received positively. I don't get that he's like a mean person. So I don't get that he's a mean person. So he may not respond negatively to being pressured, but you want to approach it from a like, I just want to get to know you and we'll see. And then as time goes by, you know, you kind of lock it in deeper if that's what you want to do. But I think initially he'll be open to it. But I think you're gonna have to shoot your shot because he's not seeing it. Okay. Where could it go? Let me see. Chrissy, I'm gonna get to you next. Welcome. Thank you for joining. This weather is something else, so I appreciate anyone who's here. Not like we have to leave our house, but on days like this, we don't even want to leave our beds, you know? All right, let's see. For Crow's Nest, where could this relationship go with Tom? Ooh. I don't know, Crow's Nest. I keep seeing the devil coming out in your reading, and I'm not feeling that. It doesn't really mean anything too terrible, but let's see. Maybe he's a workaholic. Maybe that's a problem. And even if you do like him, you have to think about, is that something like you want to commit to like long term? Is that your thing, you know? But let's see. Where could this relationship go? Where could Crow's Nest and Tom's relationship go? Ooh, that flew out. Let's see. According to this card, and it fell face down, it has the potential to start and end fast. That's what I'm saying. You got to take your time. Like if this is something you really want to go far, depending on how much you like him, once you really get to know him, you might want to like nurture it. You don't want to start. You don't want to burn too fast and then burn out. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. Also, be mindful of how the online presence might shift. Because I've seen this happen where like people are dating and they're in the same online community and then things play out in the online community from the relationship. Something to watch if that does happen. And then you also want to make sure that there's a fair exchange. And I don't think it's monetary. I think it's really more in terms of time, energy, and effort. Like if you're doing the most and you're not getting that back, you might want to just either, if you can work on establishing more balance in the relationship, do that. But if not, you got to think about if it's for you. Not everyone we like we're meant to be with, you know, but we can still like them. It's exciting to like someone, you know, but not everyone that we like we're meant to like fully be with. But I do see that things could go quickly and then turn south and not go so well. And that wouldn't work for you. That wouldn't work for you because you're a very nurturing person. You're a very patient person, which might You got to be careful with that. It's a beautiful, beautiful trait to have. But sometimes we have to be careful with being patient with people who are not for us because they kind of take away our time and our beauty. And you could use that time to like get with somebody who's more compatible, who's more ready, who's more giving in terms of energy and time and whatever else that you need. But you're very nurturing. You have a very kind presence. Like you're wifey material. You're wifey material. So don't let a situation that is not for you make you this person. Because you can also like go into a rage if need be, and blow shit up if need be. You do got a little temper on you when you get pushed. When you get pushed, you do have a bit of a temper on you. People are bringing this out of you, absolutely not, because you're too chill of a person. You're too chill of a person to even go to this level. So if someone brings you to that level, just know that you gotta assess if they belong in your life. Like you're that girl. You don't need to like no. You don't need to like do too much. But there's some potential there. I do see twice it came out that it could start fast and end fast. It could start quick and end not so good. Um, because like I said before, I don't think this person is a bad person, but I don't think they're in a place in their life where they can exchange fairly and equally. You might be putting in more effort into the relationship than the other person, and no one likes that. No one likes that. All right. I hope that answers your question, Crow's Nest. I'll be here for a bit because I'm going to answer Chrissy's question. So if I'm here and you think of something else, feel free to ask. Chrissy, let's see. Okay. So you want to know if you should move to another country. And if you will find love when you move? I think that's it. All right. Let's do that as two questions. I think the first one, we'll see if you should move out of the country. And then when you do move, let's see if your luck improves. Because it's not just about love. You want to be happy in all areas of your life. What if you have love, but you're struggling financially, especially in a country that you're not from, that may not be as open to helping you. So let's just use the angel answers tarot. They'll give us a more yes or no type of feedback, and then from there we'll go to the tarot. You can type your question, Crow's Nest. All right. So the first question is going to be: should you move away? Should you move to another country? Should you move to another country? Should you move to another country? Let's see. Angel answers. Please help me to give a clear answer to Chrissy. Should Chrissy move to another country? Okay, let's see. At the bottom of the deck, it says unlikely. And at the top of the deck, that's interesting. It's like two different answers. Perfect timing. Unlikely and perfect timing. Okay, I think this is saying like it's unlikely that you might move out of the country, but perfect timing and thinking about moving. Because it looks like maybe where you are is not where you want to be, but it might not be that it's all of America, even though, look, if you feel that way, you feel that way. But it does say in the cards that this is the perfect time to start thinking about long term where you want to be. Maybe you try a different city, a different part of your town, a different state. Um, yeah. But I do see that it's unlikely that you're going to move. And I think the reason why, from what I'm seeing here, is that what you have access to in this country, it's going to be more difficult to find in other places. So maybe it's an issue, and we'll look deeper into the tarot. Maybe it's a thing of like moving where you're from now, but not necessarily somewhere totally different in terms of another country. Um, but it looks like it's going to be like very challenging moving somewhere else. Not because it's going to be hard to move there. You can move there, but surviving there, the survival, the life there is not going to be what you think. And that's the difficulty I see here. Because I see troubled waters. Troubled waters. And troubled waters is never good. That shit could break down our nervous system and like make us crazy or super sick because it's that bad of a situation to where our bodies literally cannot handle it. So I'd be mindful of that. Um, and I've been there before. Especially as someone who travels, like sometimes I'll go to places like I want to be here, but visiting somewhere and living there are like two different things, and I've learned that. So, I do see it's unlikely because you're not going to find somewhere that you won't be able to live in other places the way you live here, and that's going to be the problem. But you are at the perfect timing of thinking about your next step and what it is that you want, because maybe the idea of moving, it's like you're right about that, but really think about what you want, because the timing is not only is the time right, like the path is open for you to make that decision. Okay, look, I split the deck in half. It says no, no. You have to compromise. You have to compromise. The card says. Like maybe it's not where you live now. Maybe it's a different city or state or town. And maybe that's a good first step before you completely decide to leave. But just remember, I told you, Chrissy, if you head up out of here and it's very troublesome, you just remember that. It says to wait. It says to wait. And you know what? Sometimes, Chrissy, sometimes the cards will tell us no. It's not a no forever. But right now, should you do that? It's saying not right now. Like, wait. Just you have to wait a bit, especially with everything that's going on across this whole globe. I don't think now is the time either. Oh wow! But in terms of romance, it says romance. Oh wow, you got yes twice. How is that possible? I didn't even know they had two yeses in this deck. That's why I'm like, wait, I'm like freaking out. Okay, so you have romance. Thank God. You have yes twice. I didn't even know there were two yeses in this deck until today. You have yes twice, and it says to remain positive and communicate clearly. And what you have to communicate clearly is like between yourself and the universe. Communicate clearly what you want. Sometimes you probably not even write it down, and maybe that's the first draft. You know, and then sometimes when we dream, we got to dream bigger than what we're dreaming, especially when we start to get the things that's on our list. So I do see romance heading your way with a double yes. With a double yes. And I do see it might be someone different than you, but it'll work. And I don't know if it's a different culture, a different race, ethnic group, or religious group, but this person's gonna be like the opposite of you. But it's gonna be like the perfect balance. I can't describe it better than that. Um and it's like your angels or your divine beings, whatever you believe in, they're gonna be so happy, like to see this union because it was orchestrated not only from your end, but that other person's end as well. Yeah, remain positive and communicate clearly so you know what you want. I'm coming, Salama. Just 1 second. But you do have a lot of opportunities coming towards you. You are going to find a resolution on where you want to live and be, but right now it's not the right time. It's just not the right time for you to make that move. No, I don't see any bad luck in here, Chrissy. I don't see any bad luck in here. I think it might be where you live. So you might want to look into if you can move. I don't know what your living arrangement is, if you can get another apartment or move into another house, because sometimes the energy of where we live is fucked up. Like, then that's another thing. You can't just move places. You got to really like feel out the energy of places. Because that can cause a lot of problems too, divorce, etc., etc. So, because we don't know what was on those lands and what was happening in those places before we got there. So, maybe do a cleansing if you can, purify where you live, purify yourself. But I don't see any bad luck. I just see that you do have to remain positive, but I don't see anything bad. I don't see anything bad. You're in Texas? All right, hold on, Chrissy. Love came out twice though. Let me just see. He showed me in the cards why Chrissy is experiencing negativity. Maybe it's in your head too, Chrissy. I'm not trying to be rude, but sometimes it's in our minds, like a form of anxiety and negative self-talk. But let's see. Um, and then because we are thinking that and projecting that, that actually happens in our lives. But let's see. Why is Chrissy experiencing negativity or bad luck, as she puts it? Why is Chrissy experiencing negativity or bad luck? Let's get to the root of that. Didn't I say that? It's your mentality. It all starts with your mind, and like sometimes you trap yourself in a way of thinking that you're frozen, you're locked in, there's nothing you can do. It's like you defeat yourself. But you're being urged to let that go. Or maybe you're starting to work on letting it go. Letting it go. But it's a lot of sometimes you're like riddled by anxiety. I don't know, Christy, you might want to seek professional help also to help you untangle some of this. Because a lot of our anxiety, and I say this as a licensed mental health professional, but a lot of our anxiety comes from our parents and our childhood. Anxiety is contagious. You don't believe me? Look it up. Anxiety is contagious. And sometimes you kind of like freak out to the point where you feel frozen. So I do think you may want to talk to someone about that. But a lot of it is what you're projecting out into your own life. Because I don't see negative, Chrissy, when I look at your life. I don't see that. I see a lot of beautiful things. Yeah, you have to like ground yourself. I don't know if you have to look up online like grounding techniques or grounding meditations that can actually. It's not like you're listening to the sounds and just floating around. They have actual grounded meditations where they walk you through the steps. I forgot what it's called. Like visual imagery, like visual imagery meditations for grounding. You need something like that. You definitely need something like that because you need to ground yourself mentally. And when it's guided, that's when they kind of walk you through, like, you see yourself on the beach and what the next steps are. And try to work on that. It'll take time because the Knight of Pentacles is slow, but the results will be long lasting. Yeah, you got to work on that, Chrissy, because it's not anything bad happening to you. You're thinking that and projecting it into your life. And life is like a mirror. Like, what we project reflects back to us. And that's what's happening. So it feels like you're in this negative cycle that you're not in. And if you need to talk to someone to kind of untangle this anxiety lies to us. It tells us that we're not safe when we are. But anxiety is also good because we want to be mindful, right? Our anxiety will tell us, don't run across the street while the light's green into traffic. You know, our anxieties can keep us safe, but when it's like um, a problem and it's not like getting help or support, it can take a toll on us, even physically. You know, so please take care of that because if you do, you will have success with that. Okay. So who did I say was next? Yeah, Aisha, yes, you could ask a question. I think who's next was Salama. Salama wants to know about job opportunities in the coming months. You've been unemployed since October. Okay. This is for Salama. Let's see about job opportunities in the coming months. Will Salama get any job opportunities in February? Will Salama get any job opportunities in February? Will Salama get any job opportunities in February? Um, Salama, it looks like you left something that wasn't working for you. Just because like I don't know, something was wrong, or maybe you felt emotionally disconnected from whatever you were doing for work from work before that. So you had to walk away from that. But it says something better is on the horizon for sure. I do see the number 8. I do see the number 8. So that could be 8 days or 8 weeks. We don't want it to be 8 months. So I'm not even gonna put that out there. But 8 days or 8 weeks. I do also see an opportunity coming your way, or maybe an opportunity that came your way already, but you weren't really open to it. So you kind of overlooked it, or maybe someone called you about an opportunity, or said, "Hey, why don't you look into this thing?" or I could probably help you get a job here, and you probably weren't like open to it. But it says like instead of waiting for the perfect thing, take what's next. Take what's coming to you, or take what's in front of you. Let's see why at the top of the deck. The Chariot. Yeah, if you speak to your divine beings, they are gonna bring something, and the Chariot brings in like something with a force. So something is on its way, especially if you ask God, the universe, your angels, or whatever you believe in. Um, yeah, they will definitely bring you the opportunity. What do I see this for? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. This card is obviously not the best card, but it's not the worst. Maybe this is how you feel right now, but it's saying to you, don't feel this way because things are going to change, especially with the Chariot. Things are already in motion to change. So keep applying, keep looking, follow any leads. Someone had mentioned that opportunity. Maybe you want to go back and look at that. Um, yeah, like don't wait for the perfect thing. Take what take what comes next and keep looking. Because sometimes you find a new job. Sometimes it's easier to find a new job when you already have one. So take what comes next and just keep looking. Don't stop the process. All right, let's see what's in the middle of the deck for you in terms of finding employment within the next month. Okay. Salama, the answers are all here. And you have three major arcanas. That means the energy is heavy on this. Like, the energy is heavy on this. Number one, the Hermit. Keep looking, keep searching. Don't feel down and lonely and this is not working. I've looked and nothing's happening. Don't do that. Keep searching, keep looking, keep applying, keep going. If you got to apply to 6 jobs a day, do it because something is going to open up for you. You're going to get a call. You're going to get a call back for an interview, and the Death card, a new beginning. Let's clarify the Death card. Yeah, you're going to get something else. Maybe the man you're going to work for is not the most happiest person, or maybe it's going to be at a bank. Maybe it's going to either be at a bank or someone who's a little growly, but who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, you're there to make your money and go home. So I do see a lot of good happening here. Remember the number came out. That can be number 8 came out. So that could be from 8 weeks, 8 days to 8 weeks. So just keep on it. Keep on it because the doors are opening for you. I can also check the angel answers. Let's see, Salama. Will Salama get a job opportunity within the next month? Will Salama get a job opportunity within the next month? Will Salama get a job opportunity within the next month? Let's see, Salama. Oh, so your health is improving. And trust. Yeah, you have to trust the divine, the almighty. You have to trust. I do think I don't know, do you Salama, let me know in the text if you read the Psalms. If you read the Psalms, just say yes. And I'll give you something to read that'll help with that. Oh, you know what I should give you also? The recipe I just gave somebody else earlier. Oh, you do? Okay, so I'll give you 2 things. I was watching a Tibetan monk, and I'm sorry to repeat it for those who heard this earlier in the live stream. I was watching a Tibetan monk on Instagram, and he said sometimes like the road feels like it's blocked and it's not open. He said to get a basin, put salt, put vinegar, and soak your feet in it for 10 minutes. In the 10 minutes, visualize the road opening for you and whatever it is you want. Maybe you want to attract a lover. Maybe you want a new job. Just visualize the road opening for you. As the road is opening for you, um, you have that visualization. Then 10 minutes go by. You can set a timer. Take your feet out of the water. You're going to dry your feet with a white towel. Then he says you're going to throw that water out, and then you're going to get some fresh water and pour that fresh water all over your feet, and then dry it with a towel again, and then throw that water out in the toilet, sink, whatever. And then he said, usually you have a very clear dream, very clear. Maybe you're gonna have a clear dream, but he said you'll have good deep sleep. Maybe you'll have a clear dream because I said that for a reason. And the road, they said when people feel like trapped or like things are blocked, it'll just start opening up for them. So that's one thing you can do. And I do think, where's my, 1 second, I have to get my book of Psalms. All right, I think there was one for to find a job, an actual prayer for that. Just 1 second. All right, find a job. Oh, it's a bunch of them. Let me write it in the let me write it in the chat. To find a job, Psalms. Where is it? Psalms 88, 111, 120, and 123. Let me just go to one of them because I know sometimes they come with recipes like. Okay, so yeah, they do have recipes, but I don't really know what people are into, so I don't want to like say like for example for Psalms 88, for a successful job interview, it says burn a green candle the night before the interview, and read the verse two of Psalms 88 64 times, and then go to sleep. And then when you wake up before the job interview, repeat, I can do anything with the Lord as my guide 3 times. So they have like little things like that you can do in this book. If you want to buy the book, it's actually called the Psalm Workbook by Robert Leremy. I'll put that down here. And it has like all, if you do read the Psalms, and the only way they really work is when you say it from the heart, then this book would be great for you to have. It has like all of life's problems in here, and all the good things too. So definitely. Oh yes, Latoya, just drop your question. We're just going in order. Um, okay, Salama, let me check for you in the angel answers. Will Salama find get a job opportunity within the next month? If you haven't liked the live stream yet, please do. I do try to go live weekly. Now in this new season, I'm going to try to go live twice a week. So please also subscribe and hit your notifications so you can see when I do go live. Cronus, I think Crow's Nest, I think you're after Salama in terms of the order of questions. I'm just going to go down the list. So you're next, I believe. Okay. Let me get back into Salama's energy. Dear God, angels, and ancestors, well, the good ancestors, and universe, please show me what Salama get a job opportunity within the next month. I see romance is on the horizon. Not now, but it's on its way. I do see helpful people. So I don't know if Salama, if you have asked people that you know, but there are people that's willing to help you. Maybe even some of your former colleagues. Like ask around because people want to help you. People want to help you. Even the angels want to help you. So you better ask. Let's see what's next. In the near future, there's a job opportunity. And let me see, take action. In the near future and take action. Like, yeah, you have to, like I said, reach out, ask people, network. Maybe there's people from your old job. Maybe there's friends and family who can help you with something. Maybe there's a Facebook group, a Reddit group. Like, get help and take action. Keep applying, keep looking. I know it's tiring, but it's like you're right there. You're right at the brink of that happening. And in the near future is here and now. Look, I just said it. It says ask your angels. Ask them to open that road for you, and they will gladly do it. And with the chariot came out in your reading, absolutely. Oh, wow. And then I see abundance. You're going to be so happy when you get that job. You're going to be so happy because it's going to be worth the wait, because it's going to be more than what you probably even thought would happen. And I don't know why I'm seeing like the benefits are going to be really good. Like, more than anything, the benefits are going to be what you like. Maybe you need some good health insurance, but they're going to come with that. Look for a sign. Make sure like you're paying attention. Like, don't be so burdened by the fact that you don't have what you're looking for that you're not paying attention, because that happens to people. So sometimes you get so defeated or so distracted we don't see what's in front of us. And I think that came out in your reading with the Four of Cups. It sure did. Like, don't overlook things. Don't overlook anything. Explore everything. Okay? But I do see, just hang in there, okay? Hang in there. You're like right at the end. Don't give up. Oh, wow. And I see again big happy changes. Big happy changes. And I see improving health. And maybe it's even like your wellness, like, you know, your happiness, because you are in a tough situation. Maybe all of that's going to improve things. Like I told you, you're going to be very happy. I did tell you that just now in the other card. Hang in there, Salama. It's coming. All right, Salama, we are finished. I'm going to move on to the next person on the list. All right, Crow's Nest wants to know what can Crow's Nest expect in February? Okay, that's general, but let's see what comes out. What can Crow's Nest expect in February? After that, we're going to go to Aisha. What can Crow's Nest expect? Oh, that fell out. It looks like work or study. Maybe things are going to pick up and you have to focus a lot more during the next month. But I do see in terms of work or study, things are going to kind of pick up a lot more. And you're going to have to focus. You're going to have to lock in. I do see that happening in the month of February. Okay. Anything? What can Crow's Nest expect for the month of February? And I'll take 3 more cards for that. Oh. I do see something coming in quick, or maybe you have to make a fast decision about something. Let me just pull a clarifier to see why that dropped out. Why is the Knight of Wands here? Why is the Knight of Wands here? Oh, wow. I don't know if there's a situation with money happening in the family. I would hate to think that someone's going to die and leave money, because that's kind of what it looks like. Or maybe someone already died, or there's going to be a house for sale because of someone elderly, but it has to do with an elder in the family, something that they built or have that's like an asset, and there's going to be a quick decision that needs to be made around that. And I think that could be a part of like what you're going to be focusing on. Okay. That'll make total sense, Crow's Nest. I just read your comment. You're waiting on a new job and hoping it comes in quick, as my current one isn't doing it for me. There it is. There it is. But maybe it's something that someone built, like a private, I don't know if it's a private company or some sort of legacy business. Maybe it's a family business. I'm like, what do I see like a old person in here that built something? But who cares about what the backstory is about the company or the people you're going to work for? Quickly coming in, yes. And you're going to be locked into that, whatever it is. Oh, you'd have to relocate for it. Oh. But you have the strength to do that. Maybe it's not the first time you've relocated, but you have the strength to do it. You have the strength to do it. And the relocation will not be anything chaotic. It'll be like that calm strength. Like, all right, this is a lot. No one likes moving, but I'll get it done calmly and efficiently. So yeah. Yeah, that's what you got to look forward to. Good luck. All right, I'm going to move on to the next person just because it seems like there's a lot of people waiting here. Next, after Salama. Oh, that's the Salama's comments. Latoya, what is... Oh, General. Okay. And then Montaigne is next. All right, let's get a general reading for Latoya for, I guess, the next month, or... Yeah, let's see. Let's get, in general, what can Latoya expect in the next few weeks? Let's just put it like that. What can Latoya expect for the next few weeks? Coming up, what is there that she can expect in the next few weeks? What can Latoya expect in the next few weeks? What can Latoya expect in the next few weeks in her life? Okay. Okay, Latoya, interesting. I do see like solitude, and a lot of times it's like could be searching or searching within. So I don't know if you've been kind of like on that like sacred journey of like some people call it quote unquote doing your shadow work, but just going within and kind of looking at yourself. Um, some people might look at you like maybe you're being a miser, but maybe you're trying to change a dynamic in your life where you overshare and start to like not give as much. And some people might look at you as being like this because they're just used to taking your resources and taking your energy. And sometimes when you set limits on that, people don't like it. They start to say things that you aren't. That's the vibe I'm getting. And with the hermit, it's like you're trying to maybe assess yourself to see why. Why were you like that? Or something like that. But let's see what else comes out here. Wait, Aisha, did I skip you? I don't think so. Yeah, Latoya. Did I skip Aisha? Um, I know Aisha, you said hair, but I don't actually see your question. You said hair. Aisha, just let me know if I got to you next. Wait, no, Latoya, I'm not done with you. I'm not done with you, Latoya. But let me know, Aisha, if I answered your question already. So I feel like I might have, but if not, just drop your question again. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, it's like you're kind of over people like, well, it came up upside down because you're over people like cheating on you, and not necessarily like in the physical sense, but just taking advantage, like just taking for the sake of taking. You're over that shit, and I do see here like because you've made a decision in the best interest of yourself, it's like now your divine beings are going to reward you for like waking up to that. Because sometimes we don't get the blessings we've been waiting for because we're still doing the same old things that leave us in a bad situation. Like, why am I going to bless you with $1 million, for example, if you're going to just let someone come in and take it? You know, then you'll be asking again. Nothing wrong with asking again. The universe is infinite, but um, it's like the wake up call. You finally got the wake up call and you're getting your strength and getting it together. So the universe is going to reward you for that. Let's see what else you can expect. Any like stagnancy or delays, especially financially, or maybe your energy feeling slow, you're gonna be A1. You're gonna be A1. Like this is that girl card. This is the card of that girl. This is the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. Like you're gonna be living your life. You're gonna be doing what you want to do. You're gonna be like buying what you want to buy. You're gonna save what you want to save. You're gonna travel where you want to travel. You're gonna live that life of luxury, in the most self-made way possible. You know, because ain't from what I can see, Latoya, ain't nothing wrong with you. And you don't have to carry nobody else's problems. Look, we all got problems, but you're not problematic. So you probably have like regular problems, like, all right, gotta file my taxes, or dang, the fan's not working. But you don't really have like issues. You know what I mean? So be thankful for that and live your life based on that. Yeah, you're done. You're done with being tied up by other people. Like, you know, and people did this. People did this to you on purpose, like because they know you give and you this and you that. And a lot of people around you, be careful. I don't know if it's family. I don't know if it's family because I'm getting a family vibe, but maybe even a few friends who don't want to see you go further than where you're at. But you shook. It's like you broke that chain. You broke that. You broke that shit. I don't know what you did, but whatever you did, it worked because you broke that. You broke that. Um, and now you're like in a place where you're like healing. You're healing from it all and you're resting. And that's good because it's like you're going to recharge all your energy. You're recharging all your molecules. And even your DNA is recharging in a better way. So a lot of things that were going to come your way in terms of sickness and declining health, and maybe you even started to feel some of that, you're going to see all of that just like dry up. It's amazing how the mind-body connection really works. Okay. Oh, Aisha, I did skip you. I did. I'm so sorry. All right, so sorry, Montaigne. I'm gonna have to put Aisha in and then you after, because that is the proper order of things. And I did skip Aisha to read Latoya. The two people. Oh, you mean like the people that surrounding you that don't want to see you go ahead? I didn't say it was two people, but maybe your mind picked up on that. Let me shuffle and see. All right. Who are the people around Latoya that cannot be trusted? Who are the people around Latoya that cannot be trusted? Oh, my nose is itching. So you know it's true. Ooh, girl. The moon came out here. But the moon came upside down, meaning that whoever it is was operating secretly, like they hated you and they don't want you to know it. You know, maybe they was even doing witchcraft and didn't want you to know it. Or try to just fuck your shit up and didn't want you to know it. But with the moon in reverse, like all their darkness is gonna come to light. And maybe you could ask God to do that for you. Like when you say your prayers deep at night, deep from your heart and soul, ask the universe, anything going on around me that needs to be revealed, let it be revealed. If there's anyone around me that don't need to be around me, let them be removed. And you'll see shit just start happening. Be careful, Latoya. You got a lot of like people that's like envious and they just hate you because you're you. You know what I mean? Gotta be careful when you kind of carry that light. Sometimes we don't have no friends. Sorry to say it. Sometimes we don't have no friends and barely have any family. But let's see. Who are the people around Latoya? And this also looks like people you work with too. Can't trust them people either. Who are the people around Latoya that she should be aware of? Oh. At the bottom of the deck, I see the lovers. But I don't think it's somebody you're with now. But maybe you attract men that are jealous of you. I know that sounds crazy to some people. But like how can I be in a relationship with someone who's jealous of me? But when they see all that you are and they feel inadequate, that can easily happen. Something to watch out for. Maybe that's coming. Maybe that's to come. Um. Oh wow. You know what it says here? What I just told you to do? Say that prayer and say it sincerely, and you'll see just how fast the universe will reveal to you who these people are. Because the way I'm seeing it, it's like from different angles, including family, work, and people that might call themselves your friend. But if you talk sincerely to the universe, like how a daughter will talk to her father or mother, you'll see the results and fast. Things are just going to start tumbling out. Ask the divine justice to be on your side to help you because the divine justice will do it. Why? Because you are a divine being. You come from the spiritual realms and you're very high up in order. So you're just gonna have problems with people because people the enemy probably knows who you are more than you even know who you are, more than you even know yourself. So trusting your intuition, trusting your wisdom. If they don't feel right, if they sound like they're lying, it's that because you're very deeply intuitive and you just know by looking at people and you know when they talk with their energy. It's not the words, it's the vibration. You know when they're full of shit. You know when they're not right. But it's like you talk yourself out of it because you don't have physical evidence. You don't need that. You have a gift. But I do see public recognition. Something you're gonna work on, maybe publicly. I don't know if it's a public thing, but you're gonna work on it. It's gonna go very well, and you're gonna be seen by a lot of people. I don't know what that is, but you want to, in general, you have something that you're gonna do that's gonna be like very visible, like in the public, and it's gonna be good. All right, I'm gonna move on this way because people are waiting. I'm gonna go next to Dr. Faisal. What does he like about you? Okay, Aisha, I'm doing your question now. Anytime, Latoya. Anytime. The snowman, yeah. Um, what does Dr. Faisal like about Aisha? 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 I know, Montaigne. I'm getting to you next. I'm sorry for that delay. What does anytime, Latoya? What does Dr. Faisal like about Aisha? What does Dr. Faisal like about Aisha? Okay, I see two things. Um, with a judgment card, like maybe you're very clear. Maybe you communicate clearly. You tell the truth. Um, maybe that's just you're just a good person. Like that's like a good person energy I'm getting. And maybe even when you call attention to things, you call attention to things in a way that's like people centered and purposeful. You just don't call things out for the sake of being messy. But if there's things that you have to bring attention to, it's done in a way that's mindful. Um, maybe he also likes that you're guarded. Maybe you're not that type of person that like gossips all the time and like hangs out with everybody. Maybe you're more reserved, and that's a thing that he likes about you. That you're more of a reserved person. Hi, Grace. Oh, thank you, Grace. Feel free to drop your question. He also likes that you don't walk around Aisha with a chip on your shoulder. Like things happen, but you deal with them. You feel your feelings. You deal with them, but you don't really hold on to negative feelings and grudges. You live and you learn, and you act wisely. He likes that you think about your future, and not only think about your future, you make plans that are doable. And maybe you like to travel also. Um, and again, I see like honesty, clarity of speech, and communication. I don't see intense feelings, but maybe there's are qualities that he likes in you, which can lead to intense feelings. But let's see. Anyway, he likes that you're a clear communicator, that you're a very honest person, and in many ways are reliable. Like if you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. Or if you say you're going to be somewhere, you're going to be there. But let's see if there is. Let's see if there's any intense feelings. I see collaborations. I don't know if it's like a work setting, but I see like working together in a way that's civil or professional. Um, I see a lot of happiness. This is the card of family, so I do see a lot of family happiness. I do see collaboration. I don't see anything. You said you feel like there's a lot of tension between you all. Oh, you mean intense feelings? Let me shuffle. Let me shuffle again. I'm not seeing that, but let me just try again. Are there any intense romantic feelings between? Wait, I should use the angel answers. Are there any intense romantic feelings between Aisha and Doctor? Oh Lord, I forgot the doctor's name. Dr. Faisal. Are there any intense romantic feelings between Aisha and Dr. Faisal? Are there any intense romantic feelings between Aisha and Dr. Faisal? Ooh, two cards fell out. I do see a peaceful resolution and opportunity, but I don't think any of this has to do with. Do y'all work together? Like I don't know why I keep saying like business, um, or some way of like collaborating. But this more looks like some sort of like business deal where you'll both come to some sort of like terms and agreements, and then the opportunity or the money will come in from that. Hi, One Vids. You can drop your question, and then I'm going to close after you, One Vids, because I do want to eat. Is there any attraction between Aisha and Dr. Faisal? It says to look for a sign, and the answer is no. And look for a sign is not like try to find one. What the angel answers are saying in this specific way the cards are coming out especially because I looked at the tarot. Like you're looking for a sign that's not there. Like it's not giving that. It's not giving romance or like that type of energy. Yeah, the card said no. And like you're looking for something that's not there. All right. I'm gonna go up to our next. I mean, I know Montaigne's here, but I want to see what the question is. What is coming up for Montaigne? Let's see, Montaigne. What is coming up for Montaigne? Hi, Spirit Owl. All right. What is coming up for Montaigne? What is coming up for Montaigne? The universe, please show me in the cards what is coming up for Montaigne. Ooh, Montaigne. Let's see. Montaigne, I see more like emotional clarity coming your way. Maybe you've been having some sleepless nights or trouble with staying asleep. Um, Maybe there's been too much on your mind, so it's affecting your sleep quality. But whatever it is, it's like you're gonna reach a place of clarity when it comes to that emotional clarity. And a lot of this is happening. It's kind of like self-inflicted. Like I was talking to the other person about with the anxiety, because there's not really much happening here. But I do see with the Six of Swords, you're going to be moving into calmer waters. So I don't know if this is a physical move, a travel. Maybe you're going to be by the beach somewhere and you can get some clarity, or maybe you're just moving away from something emotionally disturbing, but you're going to move into much calmer waters. And it's actually happening now. So this is not like something happening in the future. This is currently happening for you. All right, let me see what else is coming up for Montaigne. Anything else coming up for Montaigne? Is there anything else coming up for Montaigne? And with the Queen of Cups, this is you moving into a more emotionally peaceful state. Is there anything else coming up for Montaigne? 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 Oh, okay. I do see a change for the better when it comes to maybe how you handle your feelings and emotions. Not saying that you're wrong for feeling your feelings, but maybe you're just going to be more cautious about who you give your energy to. Maybe you'll vet people a little bit more before you let them get close to you. I do see that process. I see a lot of like form like past grief or grief that was like not too far in the past. You're letting go of that. Like the tears are stopping. You're moving past the grief. You're not holding in feelings anymore that you shouldn't be holding. Like you're letting that go. And the Page of Cups, like a surprise to yourself, once you cross that bridge, it's like you're gonna feel fresh. You're gonna feel fresh like the way you once was. Because there was a point in your timeline where you felt so fresh and energetic and youthful and happy. And to your surprise, that same old feeling is gonna return. And it's gonna be very real. It's not like a feeling that's just in our heads. Um, and then you're gonna start thinking, like, okay, so what do I want to do now? Because I think that new feeling is gonna like kind of brighten your mind, and you're gonna start thinking, all right, what am I gonna do next? Like, what is my next thing? And like I said, I see all of this like currently happening for you, so it's not something that you have to wait for in the future. Like, it's all kind of in motion right now. Yeah, I remember we talked a lot about that, Montaigne. And I do see Montaigne that you are going to be just fine. You're gonna be fine. But if you do feel yourself like struggling with anxiety and lack of sleep or even fear more than like what feels normal to you and it's making you do things that um affects your ability to function the way you usually do, probably seek someone to talk to about it. You shouldn't be hiding. I mean, I don't know what hiding in walking coolers is, but you shouldn't be doing that. Um, but yeah, I do see you're gonna move past all of this. I do see that. You're moving into like a calmer phase. And I don't know what's gonna be the catalyst for that. I don't know if it's gonna be talking to someone. I don't know if you already started to work on it, but um I do see that happening. And I do see like you're gonna like think about what is next. I don't think you're gonna stay between these two cards, Montaigne. I don't think you're gonna stay where you're at now in terms of work. I don't think you're probably gonna live in the same place anymore. But you're gonna have like feel inspired to like look into like to start making those changes. You're definitely gonna move on. But the Nine of Swords here that says not taking away that you've been from anything difficult, but some of it is self inflicted. Like maybe you're playing it over and over again. Like, gotta find a way to release and forgive. We all gotta forgive fucked up shit. We all have to forgive fucked up shit. There's times we're never gonna get that apology we deserve. How do we move on from that? That person's never gonna tell us sorry. How do we move forward? But I do see you doing that. Maybe you don't believe me, but I do see you doing that. And I do see, yeah, you do keep your head down and you do work. But I do again see something better is coming for you. Like you're gonna see a notice or get a call, or maybe there's gonna be an email, but you're gonna become aware somehow of some new opportunity. I do see a lot changing for you. Like I said, I don't think you're gonna be in the same job the way you think. And I don't know if you're also gonna probably move. Because I do see like moving. And it came up twice work. And with the let me see something here. With the Page of Wands, it could be travel, like a short trip, or maybe you're gonna move like a short distance, but not be in the same place that you're in now. I'll just take your question now, Montaigne, since we're still on you about the karma. Will those people face serious karma? Karma. What came out here? It says wait. And it's saying wait because it's not up to you. It's not up to you how people receive karma. But if you can see the sword, it's saying wait. I don't know if you know the saying, Montaigne. Vengeance belongs to the Lord. It's like that's what the universe is telling you. Like, fall back and let me do this. I think your energy is interfering with things. And sometimes when we're still attached to certain things and karma hits, it hits us too. So make sure you let go completely. Because perfect timing. It's like a tornado. Like the tornado starting to swirl and swirl and swirl, and before you know it, it's just knocking down everything. And that's what's about to happen. So you better just stay out of it. Stay out of it. See, the last card came. It's up to you. Don't delay it by interfering in it. Step back and let the universe do its job. Because you don't want calamity to hit these people, and it hits you in the process because you're not detaching from it. But yeah, I do see that. So be careful. I mean, be careful, but also be aware because I do see it's like the seraphims that have the swords of fire. They're gonna come through and cut all these things. Oh my god. It's not worth it to do bad things, people. Are you gonna stay in your city? All right. Last question, Montaigne, because then I gotta go to the people who've been waiting. I know you've been waiting too though, but I'm really trying to do one question at a time. So if you have other questions, I'm gonna have to come back to you. All right. Is Montaigne gonna stay in the current city? Is Montaigne staying in the city? Is Montaigne staying in the city? Ooh, okay. It's like if you want things to change, they will. It says if you believe, and you have some sort of like I don't know what to call it, but like it's a energy that you have where if you want the wheel to go this way, it will. But if you want to stop the wheel and then for it to spin back, you have like the power to do that through your meditations. I know it might sound a little out there, but you can manipulate anything you want. So if you want to be somewhere else, it's like you have to see yourself there and send yourself into that timeline before it happens, and it will happen because you have like a strong ability to do stuff like that, according to this card. So if you believe, like if you want to change cities, go ahead. If you want to stay where you're at, you're fine. Let me just get one more in that question for you. Will Montaigne change cities? Oh, stay in the city. Will Montaigne stay in their city? Will Montaigne stay in their city? Will Montaigne stay in their city? Oh. It's like while you're still there, before you even think about going anywhere else, you have to work on forgiveness. And you forgive for yourself. You free yourself of all people have done to you. That also helps. That also, believe it or not, helps with things going back to them. But you can't take this experience you went through into the new. So you forgive, you release yourself from those burdens that you didn't do to yourself. Other people did that to you. Free yourself from it before you move anywhere else. And yes, last but not least, the answer is yes. Big happy changes. Big happy changes. But don't forget, forgiveness is a step towards that. You're not forgiving people for what they did to you. You're forgiving yourself. Because no matter what happens to us, at some degree, we also play a part in it. And not because we're doing bad things. Sometimes we agree. We come into agreement. We allow things to happen. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for not knowing better. Forgive yourself for being too trusting. Forgive yourself for all of that. And then you'll see. Your big happy changes are right on the horizon. All right, Montaigne. I'm going to move to the next person, who is Aisha. Grace. Grace from Australia. Are you still here, Grace? Okay, Grace wants to know if love is on the way. Let's see, Grace. Oh wait, no, sorry, I had one vids before you, Grace. One vids wants to know, will one vids get a financial windfall next month? Will one vids get a financial windfall next month? Will one vids get a financial windfall next month? Will one vids get a financial windfall next month? Let's see. At the bottom of the deck, one vids, it says to remain positive, and the fact that this comes out at the bottom of the deck means that it's going to take time. Whatever this windfall is, or this large sum of money, it's going to take a little time. It's going to take forever, no, but it's going to take a little bit of time. So remain positive while you're waiting. At the top of the deck, you have meditation brings answers. So make sure not only that you're meditating, but you're moving in silence. Because the meditation is a silent practice. It keeps clarity in front of you. It keeps your mind clear. It keeps the road open. And if you don't want any delays on this path, yes, meditation will bring answers, but also being quiet will help a whole lot. So you got to make your moves in silence. Under remain positive was no. It's going to take a little bit more time than you think. You know, there's no get rich quick anything, no matter what people tell you. So financial windfall, I don't see that happening next month, but it's saying remain positive because you're on the path, definitely. Look, within the next few weeks. So it might go a little bit, it might be a little bit outside of the timeline you want, but it's going to happen. And like I said, it's not like way down in the future type thing, but it's going to be a little delayed, but it's going to happen. But because there is like a waiting period, silence is your friend. Silence will be your friend. You don't need to share and have people put evil eyes on things or put negative things in your head. Silence is your best friend right now. And I get one from the middle of the deck for you. One vids. All right, one vids. It says you have to be assertive. So it's not just going to like fall out the sky. There's some actions you're going to have to take. There's some people you're going to have to talk to. Pretty much you got to stand on business. This card is telling you to stand on business. Okay? So that's it, one vids. I hope I answered your question. You're looking for a job. One vids, if you go up in the chat, I had posted the Psalms to read. If you read Psalms, to help you with that. I could probably copy and paste it and put it here again. Oh, I don't know how to copy this. Actually, I'll pin it. How about that? Okay, so I pinned the message to the chat for if you need to find a job, what that recipe from the Book of Psalms is, so you can like start working on it that way. So hang in there, one Vince. It's on its way, and you got to be assertive, which means you might have to ask him out. You might have to put in more applications than you have been putting in. So don't give up. Don't give up. It doesn't say no completely. It just says within the next few weeks, meditate, move in silence, and be assertive. All right, next we're moving on to Grace. Grace wants to know about her love life. Let me just go back up to your question specifically, Grace. Hi, Elaine. Elaine, I don't know if you dropped your question, but if you're still here, feel free. Uh, Grace from Australia. Okay. Grace wants to know if she has love coming in for her. Their angel answers, the angels of abundance, their universe, their God, and they're all the celestial beings that are positive. So there are evil celestial beings too. But other celestial beings that are good. Will Grace have love coming in for her? Something jumped out, Grace. Oh, Grace. Grace said there's no need to worry. No need to worry. They got you covered. But let's see what else comes out. Oh, it's all mixed up, but we'll make it work. All right. Does Grace? Well, is there love coming in for Grace? 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 Don't stop, Grace. Don't stop believing, because love is on its way. Don't stop. And if you're putting yourself out there, don't stop. No need to worry, and don't stop. Um, Grace, it says forgiveness. I don't know if there's something that maybe happened in a past relationship that was not okay. But you do have to, like what I was just talking to Montaigne about. Don't you can't forgive the other person for the harm they caused you. If they want forgiveness, they have to go directly to God. But you can forgive the things you have allowed to happen. The ways you didn't show up for yourself, forgive that. Because it's like you need that for your heart chakra to be able to attract the love the way you want it. Because yeah, you do have to forgive that old news. Forgive yourself in the situation. Maybe you allowed something to go on for too long. Maybe you weren't getting what you deserve in the relationship. Maybe forgive yourself for all that, and you'll see. Yes, continue to work on your healing. Aww, I'm really sorry you had to experience that, especially your daughter. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So the forgiveness is key for that. Again, you cannot forgive what your abuser did to you. Not at all. Because sometimes you do that and like the bad karma comes on top of you. You can only forgive yourself in the situation. Forgive how you didn't show up for yourself. Because when stuff like that happens to us, it's like our soul cries. Like, yeah, our physical being can cry too, but sometimes the soul is so hurt by what we allowed to have happen to ourselves. Because our higher self is always talking to us. It's always warning us. It's always telling us, no, don't walk down that street. Don't be friends with that person. But we don't listen sometimes, and then we end up compromising ourselves. So when we compromise ourselves, we have to forgive ourselves. Oh my gosh, Grace, I'm so sorry. Let me see how that custody hearing's gonna go. I don't know why you didn't ask about that, girl. Let's see how your custody hearing's gonna go. That's how people are. They can only hurt you with the things that matter the most. My good friend always had a saying: the devil never leaves without giving you a kick. And the devil, when he kicks, he always either destroys or takes away the thing you love the most. But sometimes that's the thing that's your daughter, not your daughter. But in other aspects, sometimes that's the thing that needs to go. Okay. Let's see how Grace's custody hearing is going to go. Grace, do you read the Psalms too? Just say yes if you do. Let's see how Grace's custody hearing is going to go next month. Let's see how Grace's custody hearing is going to go next month. Let's see. All right, so I might have a song for you. Just hang in there. Okay, it says you've been working at it or working on it, or maybe that's you do have an attorney, because maybe the attorney's been the one putting the work in. But there's been a lot of work put into this situation. And oh my goodness, the sun, girl. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I see a lot of work has been put into this case. And not only just any type of work, like very organized, very detailed, everything in order. Everything is very meticulous. Like whoever you have working for you knows what they're doing. They're a master of their craft. Let's put it that way. The sun came out. It couldn't be a bigger yes than this. And let me see what else comes out here. Wow. Yeah, you're gonna be just fine. This is the ex. He's gonna feel like the biggest loser. Maybe he already feels like the biggest loser, and he doesn't know what else to do, but spread his misery everywhere. And yes, he's very abusive. The cards confirm that. I don't know. He's also abusive to himself. I don't know if it's gambling or drinking or drugs, but there's something here in the realms of addictive behaviors that's not right. And this is someone who's been emotionally unstable way before you. And this has nothing to do with you. Victory, the card of victory, happiness, and family. Maybe he's going to have to pay you child support. He's going to have to pay something. Or maybe he's going to have to pay your legal fees. But I do see money coming your way. Yeah, because I see like from his childhood, he's always felt broken. He's always felt broken because he was abused. He himself was abused. So, no excuse. I'm not excusing his behaviors, but I do see the cycle. Let me put it that way. Let me get you the Psalms for your court case. And you know when you talk to God and the universe and your angels, deeply from your heart. And if you cry, it's okay. Let me see. I think there's one for a favorable court verdict. Let me write it down for you in the chat. But you know, even though he's fucked up, I see in the card that he can still heal. Because there's not all his goodness is not gone. All his goodness is not gone. He still has some goodness in there. And if he really work on himself, maybe with a professional, he might be able to bring more of that out of him. All is not completely lost with him, but you know, you can't be his punching bag either. Like that's not reality. Oh, see, that's the thing. And you're right, because the way I see it with this card is like the Five of Cups. He's too focused on all that was lost to see what good he still has left. So you're right. He's not in a place of wanting to heal because he's just dwelling. He's dwelling on all the negative, making him more negative. All right, let me write this down for you. Favorable court verdicts. Psalms. Where is that? Before you run, let me just check 68 and 99. Because sometimes they give like a little recipe in here. Okay, so for 68, it says you want to pray that psalm as many times as you can the night before your court appearance. And maybe you can wear something blue. I don't know if you have anything blue you can wear. Just look very nice and wear something blue. And then the other one was 99, I think, right? Let me see what 99 says. Okay, 99 says you can write the judge's name on a parchment and burn the parchment with the judges and with the certain incense. But I say this: I don't think you should burn the judge's name. Sometimes you got to be careful with these things. I do think. Do you like candles, Grace? Do you like candles? If you like candles, I would say get a pink one. Get a but okay, you have a legal candle. That's good. I think the legal candle you should light. I wouldn't like that yet. But if you have it burning now, just let it burn out. But get a pink candle. Write the judge's name on it if you can. If you can't write the name because of how the candle is, write it on a piece of paper and put it under the candle. But it's a candle, so you got to be careful. So, like usually, if I have to put something under a candle, I'll put it in like a little saucer, like a saucer plate. I'll put a little water in the saucer in case the candle cracks or something. It just goes right into water. And then under the plate, I'll put the paper. Gotta be fire safe. Safe. Get a pink candle, write the judge's name. You can anoint it with oil. Just pray over the oil before you do it. Like I think olive oil will be fine. And the pink candle will put the judge in your favor. And if you know the judge's name, after you say the Psalms, read the Psalms. You light the candle, you read the Psalms that I just gave you, and you visualize in your mind. Put it like from your mind to the judge's mind. He's going to be in your favor. He's going to be in your favor. Yeah, so do it. Do that. It'll help. It'll help. So get a pink candle. Pink makes the judge be in your favor. And I think the legal action candles, I think there's usually blue. You could also like that too. But I would say right now, because you have time before your next appearance, work on making that judge in your favor with the pink candle. Yeah, that'll be your best bet. Um, I think that's it for now. I'll be back. I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow. I have to set up the live stream, but just keep your notifications on, and I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow. Um, it'll also be late because I do have to work, but I'll put that up. Hopefully, I'm not missing anyone. I think that's it though. 25th and 26th of February. Yeah, so you have time. Definitely start working on that pink candle now. Do the pink candle. And then when that's finished, you can burn the blue one. And when the blue one's finished, I think you should just do like a white candle. And you don't even have to do anything too intense with prayers. You can just say some kind words to the universe, to yourself, to your daughter's guardian angels. Just something nice that comes from your heart, and just light the white candle. And then when you win, and have things the way you want it, just give thanks. Don't forget, we always gotta give thanks. All right, everyone, that's it for me. I'm gonna sign off. Thank you all for being here. If I missed you today, just if you can, just join tomorrow, and then we'll take it from there. Jay, I didn't see your question, so I think it might be too late, Jay. But I'll be back live tomorrow, and I will take down your question then. All right, everyone, have a wonderful night. Thank you all so much. Bye.